Grand rising and bright blessings to all of my petal patrons. Welcome to Saturn Day. Today is the 3rd of May 2025, which makes today an 8 universal numerological frequency and value day, which is the energy of you pushing yourself forward in an authentic way. And we have lots of different transit conversations that have taken place already. We got this big, beautiful gap of energy today where we get to appreciate the moon in Leo. It is all about appreciation. It's about appreciation of self. It's about appreciation of how far you've already come. And it's going to give you this freedom today to sort of just do what makes you happy, not for the sake of other people, but it's one of those selfless days that you get to experience where you're less caring about what other people have to say because it's going to be a little bit more about you. Will that be a little feisty for some people? Probably. I'll show you the chart here in just a second, but at the end of the day, the energy for all of us is this. As we approach the Pluto getting ready to go retrograde tomorrow, early in the morning, and then we're going to be in that energy until October. The energy of change that we've experienced for ourselves needs to be appreciated today. And yes, you may have a plan for doing something going forward, but if you are being flexible, okay, because that's the other energy that's going to come up this month, the energy that you have locked down, this solid energy of the solar sun in Taurus energy, locking it down and saying, okay, this is my framework. And even though I'm appreciating everything that I've currently been through, whether karmic patterns have left me or not, I know that there is more space for me to receive, achieve, and do other things in a more flexible way. So that's really kind of what May in its own general sense is going to be. And then we get up to the 5-5 portal that it's going to take place on Monday. So today's an 8 universal energy day. Tomorrow is a 9 universal energy day, which means you get to wrap up some cycles with this energy of you just shaking it off a little bit. And then when we hit that 5-5 portal on Monday, it is going to be a 10/01 endings and beginnings. So give yourself an opportunity to just do what makes you feel comfortable today. Watch for the energies of all of these conjunction energies that we're merging through today to enlighten the parts of you that really have two shits to give about what it is that is most important to you, that sacral chakra really being activated, so that you can put some energy towards self-love, self-care, selfless energy, okay? It is important because there are going to be some additional shifts that are going to be taking place, but today is one of those where you can afford to just put it to the side for just a little bit and focus on you, reset your battery center. Let's go ahead and bring up the map and we'll get into the rest. Okay, so here is the beautiful map for the day. We are experiencing, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total transits on this 8-day, really. And again, this morning the moon moved out of Cancer and it is in Leo. Then that created a sextile coming up here with the Uranus, which is in Taurus. Very light, but it's right there, okay? And that is going to allow us to, like I said, appreciate the different changes that we're at within the framework of where it is that you happen to be. Then we experienced 3 triple trines, and you can see them all sitting here, and that is Papa Saturn, Mama Venus, and Neptune are all doing some positive conversations going on here with that moon that is in Leo. So it's driving the passion forward. It is driving the energy of you being able to appreciate those things that you've already achieved, and that Mama Venus energy coming in here and allowing you to feel selfless in whatever self-care it is that's important for you today. So when we get to the energy of about 5:15 p.m., that's going to be Eastern time, so do the math backwards between Central Mountain and West Coast. But when we get to about that point right there, that is when we're going to feel the strong push, pull, tug or toe between this opposition that's going to be taking place between the moon and Pluto. We already have the opposition going on with Mars and Pluto, but this is where the appreciative energy like really comes to a head a little bit later on, where the oppositions are really forcing you to pay attention to one of the aspects to try to have some things balanced out. Yep. And then we're going to have this space where we're going to experience a little bit of a quincunx that's going to come through with the moon and Neptune, like at 6:47. And then the final transit at 11:42 is where the moon is actually itself going to go into a square with Pluto. So this is going to shift a little bit today, and that's fine. The squares, the tension points, the T-square that is here has moved more so out of the solar energy and it's moving into the lunar energy. We talked about that on my Facebook Live last weekend, about the fact that we're still going to be experiencing these things pulling us in different directions, which is okay. So today's energy, again, is about appreciating yourself. So what does it look like for each of the different signs? Well, if you happen to be Aries, then one of the things that is going to be showing up for you today is where you really don't want to commit to something. I really don't want to do that. Use that energy to the best of your ability. Do what makes you feel good and not because you feel obligated to have to get it done. Now, this opens up some frequency here for our Taurans to be able to understand that whatever emotional stuff you've been going through over the past little bit of time here, you can afford to let the anxious energy go because you are moving in the right direction, but also it's okay for you to go slow to make sure that you are not tripping over yourself and continue to move forward with the way that you want to be able to do some things. My Gemini friends here, because of this trine that's coming in here, especially with the midheaven, as far as where achievements and other things are at, you could be feeling a little bit out of sort because things are going so fast. So just put the brakes on. Again, don't have to have 15 things figured out. Just focus on 2 or 3, and everything else that needs to show up is going to allow itself to show up. My Cancerian friends, this is going to be one of those days where you can feel a little bit softer in the way that you're approaching anything that needs to be done, and you're going to be able to appreciate the fact that communication could be a little bit easier for you today, especially to receive information. Okay, so just honor that for yourself as you're going along your day. My Leo friends, one of the things obviously that's going to come up for you is this need to push. But the universe is like, it's okay for you to give yourself a little bit of a break today and give yourself faith and appreciation, faith in your ability to get this next thing done, but you also deserve to recharge your battery, okay? Now, for our Virgos and our Libras, sort of the same energy actually today, even though Scorpios are being driven by not only the Mars but also the Pluto energy. Libras, one of the things that's going to show up for you is where you're overexerting yourself. So you need to be in the energy of appreciation for what it is that you're bringing to other people, while Scorpios are going to be able to understand the decisions that need to be made. And I expect that not only has been in your situations that you've been dealing with for other people and where it is that you're trying to get things grounded from a home space, but wherever else it is that you need to make some adjustments, you'll find it a little bit easier on later on tonight. My Sagittarius friends that are out here, listen, your ruler is doing some big ones here, and the universe is like, we're going to give you a lot of blessings. We want you to slow down in order to speed up. You don't have to go so fast. Be specific about the things. Again, slow it down and do things that please you today, not everybody else and their brother. Now, if you happen to be a Capricorn today, and Aquarius to the same degree, it's going to be a day of appreciation for yourself. Yes, you're moving forward in your businesses and your plans and the other things that need to be done, but you need to allow yourself to breathe again and give yourself appreciation. And my Piscean friends that are out there, this is going to be a day where you're going to decide very distinctively what your next decision is going to be. You're going to get a lot of support. So the reality of the situation is we have a lot of changes that are ahead of us, but we also have gone through a bunch of changes already. So you get to experience the energy of just you appreciating you and being in your own little bubble for just a little bit of time before you have to go and do the next thing. All of us have all of these in our chart. Really, really, really pay attention to where you have Venus and Saturn and what house it happens to be in. And of course, Pluto is going to be a big important one for all of us to be able to appreciate the adjustments that are coming as well. And as always, may you receive everything it is that you need, everything it is that you want and desire, and continue to find the beauty in all things. Many blessings. Bye.